Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is going on, everybody? This is the Club of the Man 1993. I'm coming at you live for my live review of this week's episode of SmackDown Live, the April 2nd, 2019 edition of SmackDown Live, and the Go Home Show edition of SmackDown Live before WrestleMania 35. Which, once again, a reminder, I will be attending live this Sunday from MetLife Stadium in section 126, row 23, seat number 4. It'll be myself and my good friend Daniel Guys attending, and definitely I'm looking forward to it for sure. Again, I keep saying whether the show is good or not, I'm looking forward to the experience of going to WrestleMania. And of course, being in a big stadium of 80,000 people at MetLife Stadium. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I was a little disappointed with this show. I mean, there was a few things I liked. Don't get me wrong. The opening promo was great. And the contract signing was excellent as well. Everything else, though, I can understand some of it. There's only really one thing on this show that I will say I thought was garbage. Which, of course, we'll get to that. But everything else was just either weird or it was good one way, but another way I didn't like it. Like it's a little bit like a mixed bag of results, but I could see some reason behind it. But again, there was one thing, of course, though, I saw. I didn't get any reason why at all what it was. It was a joke, basically. And we had, of course, one more match be made official for WrestleMania. Not sure if I'm a fan of it, though. But of course, we'll get to that, later on in this review. Again, I'll be reviewing this. Then after this, I will be watching 205 Live, and I'll review that in an hour after the SmackDown review ends, and get that because again, tomorrow NXT UK, NXT, and hopefully my NXT Takeover New York predictions as well. I just want to give it one more show just to make sure there's no more matches being made official. We have 5 on the card already. Just want to check and see if we're going to get Dijakovic and Lee at Takeover New York because I want to see that match so bad. Anyways, let's check the live chat and see who we've got here. We've got Happy Channel Crazy Cool Guy. What's up? He said, good thing Kofi didn't get screwed over. I am super surprised Vince McMahon was not on the show tonight and get involved with this or throw some other stipulation at Kofi. Who knows? What's going on, Mark? He said, I'm so happy they signed a contract and no sign of Vince McMahon for sure. We've got Lauren. Mark said that mixed tag match was stupid. We will get to that. Asuka in the mixed tag match broke my heart. Everyone, what's up, Jalen? First off, everyone there didn't deserve it except for Carmella. She sucks in both ways. And also, what's up for sure. Lauren gives SmackDown Live an A. Mark enjoyed the 3-on-1 handicap match. Jalen can't wait for NXT and NXT UK. Happy Channel Crazy Cool Guy says he doesn't like Braun Strowman that much. I can understand why though, again, because they're just booking him like crap right now for sure. Elite Squad gives SmackDown a B and thought the 3-on-1 handicap match was sick. Only thing Lauren didn't like was Alexa Bliss announcement, the iconic segment, and the 18-man tag match. Elite Squad was cool to see action in the parking lot for sure. Happy Channel Crazy Cool Guy says he gives SmackDown Live a C-. Everyone has to agree SmackDown's a lot better than Raw. Mark gives it a B, and NXT Takeover New York is going to bury WrestleMania. Very well could. We'll have to wait and see. In terms of, time, probably. But, we'll have to see, where it goes again. Because WrestleMania, done right, could be a good show for sure. But, they're definitely, WWE just seems disappointed. So we'll definitely see what happens when we get to the show, which, of course, people keep saying is going to be a long, long time. Let's see. Let's see here. Otis is trying to impress Mandy, and then Shelton takes him out. Alexa Piss sucks. Geez. So who do you think will Mania cheer? The heels or faces? Depends. And also Mark loved Becky showing up in that cop car, which is awesome. Does Big E have beef with Cena? I have no idea, and I may do repetitions tonight. Okay, cool. But let's get into this review because again, I'm tired. I had a busy day, and I want to get to 205 live in also. So let's get to this review. But keep stuff coming in the live chat as always, guys. So we kick things off with the Kevin Owens Show. Welcome to his guests, AJ Styles and Randy Orton. Owens begins talking about Orton when he interrupts him. Oh, I'm sorry. Owens starts to talking about how last week Orton interrupted Styles' match with Kurt Angle, which was Angle's final match on SmackDown Live. And then he asked Randy Orton if he was proud of it. Randy says, "Hell yeah, he's proud he stopped us from seeing a washed-up Olympian beat a guy who thinks he's at the top of his game. And he saved us from watching the match," to which AJ says, "Orton's been in the ring for 20 years and learned one move. One move. Don't get it wrong, it's deadly, but it's just one move." Orton says, "When you have a move that deadly, all you need is one." But Styles doesn't get that. We all think these indie guys have it so hard to make ends meet, going from high school gym to armory, back to high school gym, and trying to impress dozens of fans. But while they're doing that, the Viper was at WrestleMania in front of tens of thousands of people for several years. And of course, I think our line of the night, AJ Styles then says, "You're right. But when he was at the gym, Randy was here in the WWE, of course, getting suspended for failing drug tests." Bam! He burned Randy Orton that night. Orton says, "The truth is, if Styles is as good as he thinks he is, he'd have been in the WWE a long, long time ago. His legacy is that hard work pays off." No, that's not AJ's legacy. His legacy is now that John Cena's gone to Hollywood, he's assumed the role of corporate bitch. And then Randy sets down the microphone. Owens is like, "I'll see you guys later," and just runs away. And then they both get up. Well, Orton and Styles get up, and they face off. But then they start brawling AJ with forearms, backing Orton to the corner, ripping off Orton's vest. But Orton smashes AJ's face to the table, uppercuts him to the apron, and does a slingshot forearms strike, going for the phenomenal forearm, but was countered, bam, into that one dangerous move, the RKO, the three most dangerous letters in sports entertainment. Again, AJ Styles just burned Randy Orton with that whole thing of him getting suspended for drug tests, which was my favorite line of the night for sure. But yep, his feud has not been, overhauled or anything. They've just done what they need to do, said the things they need to say, and just lay the messages. I think this could definitely be a great match for sure on Sunday, and I look forward to seeing what it can do. So, Styles and Orton, let's see what we got here. Then we see backstage, we see Kofi examining the contract for his title match with his buddies Big E and Xavier Woods. Then we get an 8-man tag team match. It was Aleister Black and Ricochet and the Usos taking on the team of Rusev, Shinsuke Nakamura, and The Bar. And I'm going to ask this question once again. Why are Shinsuke and Rusev a tag team? Oh, I know why. And I probably could have assumed this months ago. Just so they can get on the card at WrestleMania. Because this match took place, it was decent. Some good hard-hitting strikes and some high-flying and whatnot. Eventually, though, the Usos win. Aleister Black and the Usos win with a super kick party from the Usos on the Rusev. Making Rusev kind of like a joke in some ways, I felt. So, a decent match. The Usos, the tag team champions, win. Okay? So, after the match, who shows out of nowhere? Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. Looking pretty hot tonight, I gotta say. She comes out and says, SmackDown Live, it's been a long time. Nah, it's not like she wanted to be here, but she's here as duty calls being host of WrestleMania. A lot has changed since she left. She mentions that Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda have been released from jail. She then denies the notion that Kevin Owens is a better talk show host than she is. And she thinks SmackDown has really lost the spirit of competition. Maybe because SmackDown Live usually kicks Raw's ass every single week. This week, kind of gave him a little bit of a kick. I still, again, I said, I'm still a little disappointed with this episode. So she says how the Usos last week, forfeited in the gauntlet match against the New Day. That was so noble, so heroic, so deserving of repercussions. Okay, storytelling makes sense there. Think about it. Why wouldn't Vince McMahon or any corporate figure want to punish the Usos for forfeiting their match last week? But then Alexa Bliss announces at WrestleMania, it'll be a fatal four-way for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship against the other three teams in the ring. Aleister Black and Ricochet are fighting for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. So I guess the Revival either aren't having a match or who the hell knows are going to face at this point. So we have Aleister Black and Ricochet getting a match. We have The Bar getting a match. And we have the pointless team that I still do not get, besides the fact that just a reason to put them on the WrestleMania card. Why is Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev a tag team? These are teams, three teams that, two of them, the tag team champions, just beat. How are all these teams getting just a random tag team opportunity? They could have just given it to somebody else as far as punishment. Okay, but still, how did any of these teams earn a tag team opportunity? And then they just brawl with each other and whatever, teasing the whole thing as a fatal four-way and whatnot. So we got that. And then, of course, it ends with Aleister Black and Ricochet, capping it off with a black mask. And a 630 on to Cesaro as always. Then we have the Iconics in the ring with them saying that the state of the tag teams at WrestleMania is quite dramatic, with both the SmackDown Tag Team Championship and the Women's Tag Team Championship defended in fatal four-way matches. They talk about how they could pin all the varieties of other women that are in the match, running them down and pointing out that they've already beaten the current champs, Sasha and Bayley. So there's no brainer. Sunday, they said, will be iconic for WrestleMania. Okay, whatever. We're also getting introduced about Brutus the Barber Beefcake being up to the Hall of Fame. And then we have this. Now, I have a mixed bag for what happened next. I understand what they did, and I think in one direction it worked, but it was the people who were involved with it. I'm just like, I would have rather have had it been somebody else besides these people. So The Miz comes out. He says that WrestleMania means different things to different people. For the women in the main event, it means making history. For Kofi, it means finally breaking through. And for him, it's retribution. Recently, he's been able to take stock in who he is. And that's why he knows he stands here as the best version of The Miz, because he has an incredible family. For proof, tune into tonight for Ms. and Mrs., which may sound like a cheap plug, but it's just something he's proud of and fights with a full heart. More motivated than ever before is his entire career. That's why he made his match Falls Count Anywhere, because he can't be contained in the ring, and he'll beat Shane McMahon anywhere and everywhere. He used to fight for his father's approval, but after what Shane did to his dad, now he fights for his honor. And hey, Shane, you have a dad, right? Well, I guess that just makes you a son of a bitch. And I'm just like, bold again. Once again, the product is definitely getting edgier. But then, well, first off, before the team comes out that Miz is about to face in a 3-on-1 handicap match, Shane McMahon comes out after them. and says he just wanted to come out here and see this one up close and personal before demanding Greg Hamilton, of course, give him a special introduction, then calling for the bell. It was Miz taking on Sanity in a 3-on-1 handicap match. First off, Eric Young is now completely shaved. He has no beard. He has no hair. He's bald. He looks like Gilbert. And it's kind of ugly. No offense. No homo. But it's kind of pathetic looking, I feel. But this match happens, and I get the whole point of this. It's meant to kind of, give some more sympathy towards The Miz and kind of, show that side of him having heart and pride and, do whatever he's got to do to come out on top and look strong. And in terms of that, I felt that worked. But my problem is was Sanity the right group to definitely, try to take out The Miz? Especially if you're not doing anything with them. And as I keep saying, they are definitely different, Mystique, and, they were a great tag team in NXT. So why have you brought them up, done nothing with them, and now you're just treating them like, they're jobbing? During the match, there was one point where Shane came right back out and said that he came out. Where was this at again? Shane came back out and says he forgot to mention one thing. Well, actually, two things. He then makes the match Falls Count Anywhere. He wants to show him his screensaver on his phone, which is, of course, of him grabbing Mr. Miz, who Shane calls Mr. Potato Face. And then Sandy would then jump him and then just try to beat him down on the floor. But then he'd take out Alexander Wolf through a table. I forgot how he took out Killian Dane, but he basically finished it off with Eric Young, which, okay, it was cool seeing him. Again, the match itself was fine. I didn't hate the match, but I would have rather have had somebody else put over The Miz instead of Sanity, because, again, of how they've not been used. But he wins the match after he pretty much rams Eric Young's head with a cart into, another piece of hard wall, basically, to get the win. And then, of course, afterwards, we see Shane McMahon being escorted away in a big, black limousine and whatnot. And just rolls out his window and pulls out, but of course Miz is not able to get to him. And again, like I said, not a bad match, again. It succeeded in the fact in, making the Miz, more sympathetic and more of a babyface feel. It's working. And again, that was my only concern again about this feud, with them making Shane the heel and Miz the face. Again, Miz is, again, much more better as a heel. But so far, he's shown me he's a better babyface than he was the last time. So again, I'm still behind this. I still feel that this Falls Count Anywhere match does interest me. And I definitely feel, it could definitely, elevate the Miz more as a babyface. Again, though, I just wish it was a different team besides Sanity that was, getting this. Like, again, Killian Dane, for crying out loud, was freaking multitasking in his matches towards the end of his run in NXT. He had a ton of singles potential for sure. This match, I didn't feel like he dominated that much. I mean, yes, again, they were putting over the Miz, but at the same time, these are guys that should be treated like they're almost certified jobbers, basically, because they do nothing with them. I don't know. Maybe, since they got a late start, maybe they didn't want to push them that quickly or something. I don't know, but hopefully, maybe at WrestleMania they'll try to push them. But if not, then Sanity just needs to go. With how good SmackDown's been, well, not as good as still say as 2016, but with how much better and more interesting SmackDown has been, and how their tag team division's been stacked, I'm still shocked that Sanity has almost got pretty much no opportunities whatsoever. So that's what bothered me about this match was, the fact that it was Sanity being treated like jobbers, basically. But let's check the live chat before we move on to the second half of the show. Let me see here. Let me see here. Where were we at? Asuka versus Charlotte 2 should have happened at WrestleMania 35. It could have. Best parts were Orton Styles segment, Brian Covey and Becky coming out of the cop car. Both Battle Royals will be on the kickoff show. Okay. And yes, Buddy Murphy and Tony's will be on the kickoff show. Great. Cruiserweight's still on the freaking kickoff show. Asuka should have been added to the triple threat. Maybe. AJ seemed more of the heel in this feud than with Orton, to be honest. I kind of disagree. I feel like, it was Orton, but, again, that's fine. Did you hear Rey Mysterio? Yeah. Rey Mysterio is apparently injured with the ankle and drug. It's out just a second. I'd rather have Asuka in a triple threat than Charlotte. Would be nice for sure, Jalen. I gotta admit, Orton always kills as a heel for sure. That was probably my least favorite go-home show, and it should be my favorite for sure. Scarlett is great in Alexa Bliss. WWE is going all out on feuds by bringing personal lives in this, which is for sure. Also, they had a lot more swear words than usual. Orton Styles should have closed SmackDown Live. The contract sign I thought was the right way to go for sure. When Styles stayed the drug failure, that stung bad. I don't blame Orton for getting pissed off. Orton's been clean for almost 10 years. True. Usos versus Hardy should have been added. It makes the most sense for sure. In a ladder match too, who do you think is better overall, Styles or Orton? She says Orton, to be honest. Not too sure. They're both pretty good. We all know you love Orton, though, Lauren. Usos are currently the best team behind the Hardys. Why are Shin and I don't know what she's trying to say there. Are Rusev and Shinsuke actually WrestleMania 35? Yeah, they're in the Fatal 4-Way. What's with Alexa making matches? Because she's the host of WrestleMania. Are all NXT call-ups on both brands? Again, for now, probably until the Superstar shakeup. Watch Shinsuke go to AEW when his contract expires, or back to New Japan. Is Ziggler still around? Who knows? When Mantle go, there wasn't going to be any change. Yep, I know you told me that how many times. Rusev Nakamura is the most random and terrible tag team for sure. It makes no sense. WrestleMania 35 is going to blow the Ho Mela and Ho did to Graves and Wyatt. Oh man, nice one, Jalen. Why couldn't WWE save that phenomenal forearm into an RKO for Mania? That was another opportunity that we wasted. True. I don't know, unless they're going to have AJ go over Randy. We'll have to wait and see. Whoever stood tall, not sure what you're saying there, Lauren. Shinsuke and Rusev is a bad tag team, and someone telling me why Ricochet and Aleister Black a tag team. They're great singles wrestlers. I know, I don't get it either. I'm not sure if they're trying to keep it continuity because of their tag team down in NXT, but yeah, I agree again. They should be treated as single stars. I mean, well, then again, it wouldn't have made sense if they're still going to be using DIY together because at this point, Gargano and Ciampa, split again. So I don't know. I don't get why they keep using them as a tag team for sure. So whoever stood tall will lose Sunday. Doesn't mean anything. I'd say you never know. What's up, Jay? He's saying that this go-home show, it was a go-home show and hang yourself show. I did not like this show. I didn't hate it, but I was definitely disappointed with it. Why are they together, Aleister Black and Ricochet? Not too sure in general. I hate this Miz and Shane feud. What's the point of it? I mean, again, I wasn't a fan of it at first, but again, because the direction it's going with, I actually have definitely accepted it a little bit more. It's just putting Miz in another direction, making him babyface, which so far I gotta say again, it's working. Nakamura and Rusev are nobodies now. I agree. The Raw Go Home show was better. Mark thought. Watch WWE go back to TV 14 Celebrity Show, which would be awesome too. Who's Nikki Cross married to? Killian Dane of Sanity. Which, by the way, I gotta say, over the weekend I saw a couple photos of Nikki Cross out of character. Doesn't look like crazy. It just looks just like a normal human. I gotta say, she's quite attractive. I gotta say. Eric Young should be renamed Eric Old. Again, I still thought he looked like Gilbert with that shaved face and whatnot. That's what I thought he looked like. Are we getting Ray versus Joe May? As of now, it's still on. What is Andre doing in the Battle Royal? Deserves better for sure. I was hoping we would have gotten Rey and Andrade, but we're not getting that. When was the last time Zelina wrestled? Tonight. Did you hear the crowd reaction after Styles slammed Orton with the failure comment? No one no one, including us, expected that from WWE. I guess so. Which match do you think will open Mania besides the pre-show? It seems to be Orton Styles. Orton Styles, maybe. Well, Fatal 4-Way for one of the Fatal 4-Ways to feel to be more so like a cool down match. Excuse me. Which match I think will open the show? Not too sure. Let me think about that one. Let's save it for my predictions. I don't mind Miz as a face, but she's not used to it. Been saying Shane will turn heel instead of Miz back after Crown Jewel. Again, I just didn't believe it because I just didn't. If it was anyone else, I'd be like, okay, yeah, Shane would definitely turn heel. But the fact again, the Miz was involved. That's why I didn't see it. If I was creative WWE, I'd have Shane versus Miz for the best in the world trophy. Sure, but what would it really do, you know? Do you think New Day will turn on Kofi after he wins on Sunday? It's possible. How would you feel if all champions retained? Better not be the case. Well, first off, someone's not retaining that main event because someone's dropping their title, or maybe two people drop their title. Second, I don't think there's going to be too many people retained. There's a couple possibilities I have, but again, I'll get to that in my preview and predictions. I can't wait for tomorrow. The NXT Go Home show would be awesome for sure. Fans pulled a swerve yesterday saying Alexa was pregnant. Oh, goodness. Well, Orton was never a drug user, but he took something in P6. Orton was never into drugs, but it was rumored he took something in 06 and 12, but nothing more. I hope the commentary team for Mania is good. Hopefully, which is worse, Rusev and I think it got cut off there. Whoever stood tall now at SmackDown, that means they'll lose on Sunday. Doesn't always mean it. Hey, look, Daniel Bryan stood tall at the end of the Go Home show for WrestleMania 30, and he won still. So again, I don't always stick to that philosophy because it's not always the case. Well, hopefully some of it will be true. Like hopefully Seth Rollins will beat Brock Lesnar. A lot of people are trying to tell me they feel that Seth Rollins will not. It'd be stupid of them to do that. Why are they continuing to put us through this pain, keeping a title on Brock Lesnar, making that title feel so pointless? Which is worse, Shinsuke and Rusev, or if Brock wins back the Universal Championship? I'd rather have Shinsuke and Rusev, honestly. What do you think is better WWE events, opening matches or main events? Depends. It depends for me, I'd say, and the same for you as well. Watch WWE unify the women's title. I don't think they're going to be unifying. I think they're just putting both titles on the line. I think. I don't think they're unifying them. But we'll just wait and see, of course. But thank you for stuff in the live chat, guys. Let's see here. Back from commercial. Well, first we had a police car rolling up, sirens blaring, and out comes the man herself. And she comes out, gets on the microphone, says it's good to be out here, free in Baltimore. No disrespect to Corey, but she doesn't answer to him. She answers to these people, and then points out that her mugshot shirt aged well. She was thinking in the back of the cop car, what a difference a year makes. This time last year, she and Charlotte were BFFs. Ronda was about to make her debut, and it was like the stars were aligned to get Charlotte and Ronda in the main event of next year's WrestleMania, which that is true for sure. That was until she smacked the smugness off of Charlotte's face at SummerSlam and changed everything, except for the fact that, of course, even though they tried to edit it out, and forget she even said this, Becky Lynch, the following SmackDown, when they were trying to push her as a heel at first before they finally turned her into the proper baby face, she should have been on that reaction again. You were standing up to yourself and someone getting opportunities that us, the crowd, are even tired of. You're no heel, honey. No way. But I still cannot forgive the WWE for the fact that they had Becky Lynch come out and flat out tell the crowd that, were you guys ever truly behind me? You can tell that was forced. That was so forced. And yes, it did lead to like a badass persona for Becky, of course, but that was forced. I still despise that part of that promo that she said. But anyways, she was determined at that point to do whatever it took to get to this year's WrestleMania. And look at us now. 80,000 people, including me, coming to WrestleMania for them, for the queen, the baddest woman on the planet, and the man, head to head to head. Their evolution, the real evolution that started at SummerSlam with a slap, is going, and hurt myself there, is going to explode this Sunday when the winner takes all, and she makes one of them dopes tap. Let it be Ronda again. She's beaten Charlotte how many times? It needs to be Ronda. The next time she sees us, she's going to be the champ, and she knows she always was the double champ. And of course, she does the mic drop, and Becky Lynch, just looking as smug and, as always, and just amazing as always. And again, she's worked so hard this past year. Charlotte's had how many moments already? Ronda had her moment last year. All three women are having their moment making history, and they all three definitely, deserve to be doing that. But as I always keep saying, it's Becky's turn now to have her moment. And with this persona, honestly, again, I'm fine with her winning, both titles, basically. So we'll see, of course, what happens on Sunday as well in the first ever women's WrestleMania main event. Cannot wait to see it. Oh, gosh. Well, first off, we see Daniel Bryan reading the contract backstage. Now, I'm not sure if it was this or the brief match Samoa Joe had, but originally we were supposed to have a match between Rey Mysterio and Andrade. So I don't know if this is, Rey Mysterio just, getting his comeuppance on Andrade, because I guess I was wondering if Rey Mysterio was going to win the U.S. title off of Joe, and then Andrade would win it off of Rey. But I guess maybe since they're going to have that match, maybe not, because I didn't see Andrade beating Rey again. If that was going to happen, it probably would have happened at WrestleMania if that match did happen at WrestleMania, but unfortunately it didn't. Which now is making me feel that if anyone should retain, I feel it should be Joe on Sunday. Of course, that's a spoiler, one of my predictions, and I can think off the top of my head. But anyways, so again, rumors have it that Rey Mysterio apparently suffered an ankle injury in his match last night on Raw, in that pointless main event match on Raw last night. And then instead, we have this match. An 18 human being mixed tag team match. Asuka, Carmella, R-Truth, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Otis and Tucker from Heavy Machinery, Naomi, and Nikki Cross taking on the team of Andrade Cien Almas, EC3, he's alive, people, Mandy Rose, sexy Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville, Lana, Shelton Benjamin, Gallows and Anderson, and Zelina Vega. What was this garbage? It was a mixed tag team match just to tease both battle royales, which, of course, are both happening on the pre-show. Thank God, because there was rumors that the Andre the Giant may happen on the main show because of, those Saturday Night Live guys, which would make me sick. So I can brush it off to the side because I will not be watching that at all, because I will not be getting there for the pre-show. Of course, I may catch a few minutes once I find my seat and whatnot. But again, I have no interest whatsoever in those two battle royals. Zippo. And the fact that Asuka's out there, like, everything's cool as can be. She's not upset that she lost her championship last week. And most of this match was EC3 getting his ass kicked. There were some guys who didn't even get into this match. And then the match ends when Naomi basically looks like she was trying to take someone, touches one of the guys who's trying to take him out. Right? Like, that's why I noticed that they called the match off. And just because, and then it got to chaos. They had women beating up men. Like, basically, well, we had Nikki. I like the part, of course, where, they had Nikki Cross, trying to, attack Shelton Benjamin. Of course, we had, Otis Dozovic being turned on by Mandy Rose. EC3, though, again, was the one humiliating this match. Again, another spot I want to mention, too. EC3 at one point, when he was in there with Heavy Machinery, it looked like that EC3 literally just laid down flat for Otis for him to do his caterpillar, which, is a cool move. And again, I'll give that not EC3, that Heavy Machinery of that nasty batch of call-ups that are just doing absolutely nothing right now. I feel like Heavy Machinery has at least done decent. And that's still saying a lot, but I gotta say, they're the ones that I'm like, okay, they may have something going for them after WrestleMania. So, but EC3 again was just the biggest victim in this. It was just stupid. And then again, Asuka, did a couple kicks on EC3. Jeff Hardy dumped EC3 before Asuka would dump Jeff Hardy. And, just saying, oh, guys, remember, this is how Battle Royal was. It was stupid. It was just stupid. It was just nothing but it was an EC3 massacre that this match was. It was stupid. I hated it. It was garbage. Just absolute garbage. That just meant absolutely nothing. Pointless. Candidate for worst match of the year for sure so far, but yeah. Didn't like this at all. We then got a video package for Lesnar and Rollins. We see the New Day backstage hanging out again. Then we have Samoa Joe versus the Great, the Almighty, the Powerful, the High-Flying, the Heart, Ali. Not Mustafa Ali anymore, even though, on the stage, it just said Ali. But if anybody saw the LED band boards around the ring, it still said Mustafa Ali, which is what that man's name should be, Mustafa Ali. I don't get why they just dropped it to Ali. It's like, no. This match is kind of more so of a squash to put over Samoa Joe. So Joe gets a victory here, probably choking out Ali. Okay. But then we have our final segment, which I thought, I was fine with this being the go-home segment, as it definitely should be. Of course, I'm surprised that Vince McMahon, of course, didn't show up. But, of course, my surprise, why the hell is Michael Cole there? Michael Cole, a Raw commentator, was in the ring in charge of this contract signing. So, of course, out came, New Day, Bryan, and Rowan. But then, of course, Bryan just signs the contract. And then he says he knows that Kofi is going to sign this contract and they're going to wrestle at WrestleMania. And he's not here to stop him from signing, but he's here to educate the masses as he has all along. He says he's got a very important life lesson to teach Baltimore, which, of course, he calls them ignorant. The lesson is, do not be complacent. Don't be complacent the way Kingston has. Don't think good is good enough for 11 years. Do not be complacent. And actually, he has another lesson for us. Don't be a bystander in your own lives. Kofi's been a bystander, sitting on the sidelines and waiting for others to push him to the top like Kofi has, watching and hoping while Big E and Xavier Woods push him. He then, of course, settles down for a second, but then says, I got one more thing, though. Don't mistake a fade for reality, or a fad for reality. He's been in Kofi's shoes. The way they chanted, yes, yes, yes for him is the same way they chant, Kofi, 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 which the crowd was very hot for this segment for sure. He knows how it feels, though. He knows it reverberates through his body, and he feels like this love makes him stronger. But the reality is he doesn't feed off them. They feed off of him. He doesn't feed off of them. They feed off of him because they are parasites. And once they're done sucking all the positivity out of him. They'll discard him. Then, of course, Bryan gets an asshole chant. Asshole! Asshole! Off my place. Then Bryan says that's why they say to all the great truth tellers. He addresses Kofi again and says he better suck it in because this is going to be the best it's ever going to be. But then Kofi finally had enough and gets up on a microphone and tells Bryan to sit down and shut his mouth while he educates him. Bryan claims to know what he's feeling, but the more he hears him talk, the more he knows Bryan doesn't know a damn thing about him. He became World Heavyweight Champion within his first 2 years, and he watched that. Not as a bystander, but as an observer. And understand that here's the thing. Bryan hasn't been through what he's been through. 11 years. No singles world title matches. And that's okay because it all led to this moment. And that, of course, what this match WrestleMania is going to be about. The moment and what it's going to stand for Kofi Kingston and the WWE. He sees it in Bryan's eyes. How he trembles and plays mind games. He knows Kofi is ready. The one thing they have in common is that he knows what all this feels like. And he's scared as hell because he knows what comes next. What comes next is him winning at WrestleMania and becoming the WWE Champion. Bam, he signs it. And then Bryan and Kofi stare each other down as, of course, we go off the air because we have to have abrupt ending to our shows these days. Kofi's ready, though. It's funny, when I knew that I was going to WrestleMania last year, when it was first officially announced that WrestleMania was going to be at MetLife Stadium again, I kept thinking for the longest time, The Miz would be winning the world title, off of AJ Styles sometime around Survivor Series, and it would eventually be there just escalate the Daniel Bryan and Miz feud, which could have been a pretty good feud if it would have done a little bit more with it to make it longer. And I thought Daniel Bryan's WrestleMania moment would be at WrestleMania 35 with him winning the WWE Championship back off the Miz. Yes, he got back to it, not in the way we thought, but man, I never thought I would be sitting here 1 year later. And as Becky Lynch says, what difference does 1 year make? 1 year later, I'm sitting here. I'm going to WrestleMania. And I'm going to be a part of Kofi Mania, rooting against my hero, Daniel Bryan, and wanting to see Kofi have his moment. Bryan's had his moment. I mean, again, if another moment for him was to win the title back at WrestleMania after the journey he's had to get back to it, cool. This is a man, though, that hasn't had a moment at WrestleMania yet. A moment he most definitely deserves. And that's why also, if there's any good merchandise, I may buy a Kofi Mania t-shirt. I'm still wearing my Seth Rollins t-shirt, though, the WrestleMania, as I keep saying. But I may get a Kofi Mania t-shirt. I'm definitely getting a WrestleMania program, but I may get a Kofi Mania t-shirt also. Great contract signing. Great way I thought to end the show. But so was not the best show. I'm not saying it was awful, but I'm definitely a little bit disappointed with the show, for sure. Check the grades before I get my grade in the live chat. And check the live chat again, see what we got. So first, what grade would you give this week's episode of SmackDown Live? 7 votes, 57% said B and 43% said C. Nobody said A or D or lower. What show did you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown Live? 25% said Raw, 75% said SmackDown Live. That's for 12 votes. Again, I'll be honest. Again, even though, I feel like, both shows this week were disappointing, I'll give SmackDown the edge and give it a B- because I feel like, it was at least structured properly. Raw, again, just made the third hour feel pointless. I mean, yes, some of that stuff could have happened, even though it was what it was, like, Finn Balor being announced as the Demon, whatnot. And, of course, we didn't need to have the Baron Corbin and Rey Mysterio match. And, yes, as much as I appreciate the Heavy Machinery match, put them over again, it didn't feel like a match needed to happen on the go home show for WrestleMania, since they had nothing for Heavy Machinery besides, of course, the Battle Royale. I'll give this a B- and give SmackDown the edge, but I'll be honest again and say that both shows kind of disappointed me this week. for sure. Check the live chat again, and then of course get the agenda for the rest of the week. Let's see here. Where were we at? Where were we? Let me see here. Do you think WWE should unify the WWE and Universal title? Honestly, again, I mean, I know there's the brand split, but we don't need all these titles. Again, my thing is that all these titles are the reasons why we're getting longer shows. And also, it takes away from having us have, non-title feuds. Because let's be honest, title feuds, are some of the more lazy book storylines because, all you guys say, oh, you're getting a chance at this championship. Well, there needs to be some other interesting story to it. So I kind of wouldn't mind seeing some titles be unified, but I don't think they're going to be unifying anything right now, I feel. We go live when you attend Mania. I most likely will not be able to go live while I attend Mania, which is when I get back from Mania, I'll be catching up on a couple of things, which I saw a time I'm not going to get back to maybe 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. So I definitely will have a lot to catch up on. I won't do all my reviews of, TakeOver, WrestleMania. I mean, I'm going to make a vlog, though. I'm going to make a WrestleMania vlog, though, to capture my experience. So we'll have that. But again, I'll catch my live reviews when I get home after WrestleMania, but I won't be able to go live during WrestleMania. Are you guys attending Access? Yes, we are going on Monday. I think it's from 12 to 4, I believe is what we're going to. We're going on Monday. Can't wait to watch the women make history for sure, Mark. Becky, I love her, but they're trying too hard to make her the female Stone Cold. Still working at some point. Becky's popularity has died down after WWE turned her back babyface. It's not that it's not that, that it's really died down. It's just, again, it's kind of died down a little bit. I'll give it that. And again, truth be told, I still feel that Bryan and Kofi should be main eventing this WrestleMania. But, I'm still fine with the women main eventing because they definitely do deserve it. But like I said, the reason why I feel like Becky feels away is because they've just made the story much more complicated than it needs to be. Becky should have stayed heel up until the Rumble or Mania at least. The thing is, though, is why we wouldn't be cheering for Charlotte, though. That's the thing. Again, like I said, I keep saying, my thing is again, the story plays itself out. Charlotte is getting how many opportunities? Again, Charlotte got an opportunity over Becky. Well, she got the same opportunity as Becky at SummerSlam, right after Charlotte, again, lost the championship, went away to get her boob fixed, and then she came back and immediately gets an opportunity. Last week, boom, she gets an opportunity out of nowhere. It's true, why would we want to get behind something like that? So that's why, again, the situation was not right to make Becky Lynch the heel. That's why I keep saying Becky should have never been a heel. The 18 man tag team match was too many wrestlers for sure. Ronda's heel, Charlotte's, I guess you can say Charlotte's more so the tweener, and Becky's the face. Yeah, I didn't like well, he meant to say that before. Steph has been face since Rumble, I think, which, 1 week they're face, then they're heels. I never get straight anymore. You think Ronda should win? I don't. No, I said Becky. I don't want Ronda. No, I said that Becky should be tapping out Ronda. Ronda should be the one to tap out for Becky to win. I don't want to see her tap out Charlotte. Again, I've seen her beat Charlotte how many times? I want Becky to tap out Ronda. Do you think the women should main event or no? I said I'm fine with it. Kofi and Bryan will be an epic match for sure. At first, I thought Joe would have challenged Cena, which I would have preferred that. Joe Mysterio is all right, but I would have definitely preferred Joe and Cena. Orton calling Cena out going to Hollywood. I really hope New Day won't ruin Kofi's match on Sunday. And here's the other thing too. Once again, why aren't New Day getting anything out of this? Why wasn't New Day in the tag team championship match they're having this Sunday? Again, if the heels would have won, and maybe they would have had the fatal 4-way with the heels since they won, the Usos and the New Day. Maybe, yeah. Again, Aleister Black and Ricochet, I love them, but again, they need to stop using them as a tag team, or as like a placeholder tag team basically, because Raw had no tag teams, and and um and again, once again, the Usos beat the heels tonight, so I don't get why they're getting opportunities. Again, opportunities supposed to be earned now. I thought WWE, you're inconsistent and you lie. Is Nikki Cross face an EC3 heel? I have no idea. Aren't Gallows and Anderson faces? I thought they were. Gallows and Anderson aren't leaving until September. Asuka and Naomi should go to AEW, maybe. Will they let you in the arena after the pre-show starts? I mean, we're going to get there for like 6 o'clock. I mean, I meant to say that we're not going to be arriving to watch the pre-show. Like, we'll get there like maybe like during the pre-show or something. As of now, we're going to arrive. We're going to try to get there around like 6:15 because, the lines was what we wanted to get in, of course. Asuka should be having a championship match at Mania for sure. Was Graves in the ring at some point? Yeah, to introduce Becky Lynch. Is Alexa cleared? No clue. Is Mickey in the Battle Royal? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Mickey James. She fell off the face of the planet. That tag match shouldn't have main evented. No, it didn't main event. Ali deserves better. When will Buddy Murphy be on the main roster? No idea. Hope Asuka goes to AEW when her contract is up for sure. Did you hear Ali hated that WWE dropped his first name? I agree for sure. What's up, Tyler? Why WWE didn't do the Hardys and Usos at Mania? I have no idea, but they should have. Who do you think should go to AEW? So many people, but if I can pick one for sure, again, the Revival. As I said last night, once your contract expires next year, Revival, go up to Vince, say, top guys, out and off to AEW, because they deserve much better for sure. But so many people for sure should go to AEW. That's for sure stupid. Cole travels for both Raw and SmackDown. Strange. I actually like the Kobe Bryant feud. If Bryan just gets rid of Rowan, it'll be better, to be honest. I'm actually all right again with what they've been doing with Rowan and Bryan. I mean, I'm actually thinking it's fine with it, honestly, in my opinion. It doesn't really bother me. Happy channel, crazy cool guys going to bed. Thanks for joining me. Top 10 stars who should ask their releases or just leave when their contracts are up. Definitely. We'll definitely talk about that at some point. Watch some people turn face after Mania for sure. Does SmackDown or Raw have more heels? No idea. Kobe should have won at Chamber and have Kofi face someone else at Mania. I mean, true, but again, the moment that it is, I'd rather see it happen at a bigger event like Mania, honestly. So I'm fine with with Kofi doing it here. That's how I feel at the time, but now I'm okay with Kofi and Bryan. Even though you're a Bryan fan, you're supporting Kofi. I mean, again, I love Bryan, but again, I'm not some guys like, oh, Bryan has to win everything. Nope, I want to see everybody else get their moments too. Definitely, Bryan deserves what he's gotten. But again, it's Kofi's time now. I don't want to be that selfish, you know what I mean? I'll be rooting for Kofi, Orton, Becky, Rollins, Hardys, Naomi, Beth and Natty, Ricochet and Black, Murphy, Angle, and Drew. Nice. It seems like every YouTuber who follows wrestling will be at WrestleMania. Seems like it's for sure. Match looking forward to are Orton Styles, Kofi and Bryan, and the Triple Threat Women's match. She also picks Miz to win for sure. SmackDown has the edge by 45%. Finn to win for sure. Her predictions are Styles, Finn, Andrade, Becky, Rollins, Roman Revival, Naomi, Usos, Miz, Kofi, and Angle. Sasha and Bayley, Buddy Murphy. Are you still going to do a Mania, Raw, NXT takeover at 205 Live return? Yes, I will be. But again, I probably won't be able to do that until I get back. Who are you meeting at Access? Well, at the shop, wherever the heck it's called, apparently Adam Cole's being signing autographs. So we get an autograph from Adam Cole, oh, cool. But apparently I think Shinsuke is going to be there, Carmella and R-Truth, Samoa Joe, Mandy Rose. I forgot who else though, but those are 5 I remember Dan telling me that's going to be there. But those are 5 for sure I can think of. But all of them, I definitely want to meet Joe. I'm tempted to meet Mandy, but I don't know if it would happen. But again, I don't want to say anything stupid if I would meet her, whatnot. But Jeez, I get up close to Mandy Rose. Just kidding. But but those are the ones I remember off the top of my head. I definitely would like to meet Joe. And again, if I get Adam Cole's autograph, awesome. But other than that, I'm not sure again who else is going to be there. I get to meet for sure. She'll catch you on Thursday for your top 10. I'll be home late tonight. On Friday and Saturday. I'll be home early on Sunday in time for Mania. I'm going to go walk my puppy. She'll see you Thursday. Great stream. Thanks, Lauren. She said Angle versus Cena. Wish we get that. I hate that WWE made AJ Styles lose the championship at the Go Home Smackdown to Survivor Series. Definitely came out of nowhere for sure, Tyler. Usos Tweeners, not sure. We got if I mispronounced your name, I apologize. Vatu Clon 23. Well, how about Ronda Rousey? What do you think they're gonna do with her? Still hear rumors again that she's gonna be taking some time off. Which my thing is though, I'm starting to feel again. Here's the thing: if Ronda Rousey is gonna be taking time off to start a family, I don't think she's gonna be ready for Survivor Series. Maybe after the match they'll do something to set up an angle, because I read a rumor that they may do something in the main event to set up something for next year's WrestleMania, which could be the 4 Horsewoman match, maybe at next year's WrestleMania. But again, because think about it, if Ronda Rousey's going to take some time off to start a family, do you really think she's going to be able to wrestle in like November when the kid, if she is able to have her husband get his boys swimming pretty quickly and be able to pop out a kid? You really think Ronda Rousey's going to be able to wrestle at Survivor Series? Probably not to wrestle, it was WrestleMania. But that's the rumor, of course, I heard. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but we'll have to wait and see. Mark's checking out. Thanks. If I was the Booker, I would have AJ versus Seth, Braun beating Brock, Charlotte versus Asuka, Cena and Angle, and Usos versus Hardys. Would be definitely a good card, Tyler. But I think that's going to do it here, guys. Again, thank you for joining me live for this live review of SmackDown. I'm going to give it a B-. Gave SmackDown the edge, but definitely disappointed with both shows for sure this week. But I'll be back up here probably about an hour to review 205 Live, guys. Also, again, tomorrow, NXT UK and NXT reviews. And then, if I'm not tired, I will do my TakeOver preview predictions. Thursday will be WrestleMania predictions and my top 10, which will be top 10 WrestleManias. If I can put together a good best and worst list, I'll do a best and the worst. And then, of course, after that, probably if any odds and ends pop up, like any my video game stuff, maybe that. But Friday, probably nothing because again, I'll be watching TakeOver at Dan's and getting ready to leave. Ready to leave for WrestleMania again, which I'm leaving Friday night, traveling overnight through the mega bus. So I'll sleep on the bus on my way out to Mania and get there Saturday morning. But yeah, guys, thank you again for joining me live for my live review SmackDown Live. Again, please make sure to always slap a like on the video. Subscribe or comment on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Man93. Leave any thoughts in the comment section below you have about SmackDown. What grade would you give it? What you like? What you didn't like? Except for Mania and whatnot. And of course, guys, once again, make sure if you don't catch me live anytime then, I'll be in section 126, row 23, seat number 4 at MetLife Stadium this year at my first ever WrestleMania that I attend live. That's all, guys. Thank you all for joining me. I'm checking out. I will see you all later. Till then, guys, have a great rest of your night, and peace out, everybody.